Here we are at the WWE Performance Center with Cesaro. Cesaro, what's the haps?
Well, what's the haps?
I asked you that.
Oh, I give it right back to you.
Well, 2K15.
Because you made that up.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as what's the haps. The haps is WWE 2K15
Right.
release party, so to speak.
Right.
And
Here,
this is what's happening.
you are
Best
in the
character
game.
in the game. Most authentic, most real character in the game.
Now, let's take a look at the photo real quick, because there's something that I want to talk about in this photo that we haven't spoken about before.
And I'm on fire.
No, that's not it. I thought that's metaphors, right? You didn't actually have to set you on fire.
No, but I'm just on fire always.
True. My
Metaphor.
question is, you have made the conscious decision to be a wrestler with body hair. Many wrestlers choose not to be wrestlers with body hair. What did you say? I want to be different? Did you say a man has hair? What?
Exactly. You know, like a real man has hair. You know, like I'm not like a woman who's shaving my legs, and that's like, you know, some dudes are there, like, you know, like, ooh, like, no, I'm a real man. And I don't shave my chest, and I don't shave my legs.
So if you see that Zack Ryder or The Miz or one of those guys shaving their chest and armpits,
you just mentioned Zack Ryder and The Miz, and everybody at home just went, ugh. That explains it to you.
poor guy. I mean, but they're in 2K15 or
It's true, right?
what, the women shave. I mean, I don't shave my legs.
Well, exactly.
Yes, that is true.
Do so. You be the judge.
What's it like to be here in the Performance Center? Is it? Do you still come here regularly? I mean, after you leave NXT and you're on the main roster, is this something you still utilize?
Well, I utilize the gym, you know, since it's a great workout facility. I come here to work out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not something like you don't have to roll around.
I don't have to roll around unless I want to or I want to try something new. But no, yeah.
Who down here at NXT is somebody that you think WWE is crazy to not have been brought up to the main roster yet?
You know, I think WWE does a very conscious effort of bringing people up the right way, and you know, there's people that may be brought up soon, but I'm not going to be here and judge who should be up and who should not be up.
It's not your call.
That's not my call.
All you have to do is beat them.
Exactly. All I have to do is, once they get up there, show them like, okay, back in line, don't get too excited. This is where the big boys play up here.
Yeah, that's exactly right. What is the process once you're in the Performance Center here, and there are guys here that were like you, wrestling on the independents for years and years, been around the world for years and years. There are other guys that have never been in a wrestling ring before. I mean, do you start to figure out who knows what? Do you all start on a level playing field?
No, I think it's just all the different experience levels come together. You can sit there's been people who've been all over the world. They come here and they have certain advantages over somebody who may, just started out. But then that person has certain advantages because they have things at their disposals that we didn't have. So that's an advantage for them, because if you think about it, this place is almost too nice for somebody who just starts out, because they think, oh, this is the life, this is what it's at. It's a tremendous facility that's super nice.
Right, yeah, when we were doing the tour earlier and they said the lounge is upstairs, and I was like, how many of these guys grew up with a lounge when they were coming up?
When I started, it was, like a crappy ring in a cold barn, and you trained there and see, and you saw who was tough enough to make it and not. And this is different here, So it's just a different age, so to speak, a different year, and it's just those people have different difficulties when they come here because the competition level is so high.
Right.
So it's just different. Maybe I'm a little bit too old school for this, but hey, this is the future. This is what's happening, and it's definitely a good thing for the WWE fans because they can witness the future in front of their eyes.
Are you happy with where you are on the show right now, or do you wish there was a little more resolution as far as the relationship between you and Paul Heyman goes on screen?
Well, I always want to be better. I always want to improve. So that's always what I'm working on. And I think if you see Cesaro in the ring, that's always a good thing.
Yeah.
And as the magic ingredients in food, I'm the magic ingredients in WWE. I make everything better.
Tell me the truth. I was at SummerSlam. I was at the roster reveal panel. Mm-hmm. You spent the entire panel running down Sheamus, just cutting promo on him the whole time.
That's actually not true.
You don't think so?
I didn't spend the entire time running down Sheamus. I also ran down Cena, Austin, Roman Reigns. Who else was there? Hogan and Sting too. Yeah. So I was fair, I thought.
But do you think that the match between you and Sheamus had a lot to do with the fact that you spent so much time at that panel, just telling Sheamus how awful he was?
Well, I wasn't. I mean, I always said Sheamus has great in-ring skills. He's just a prick outside the ring, you know. I mean, let's put it this way: his family tree is a cactus, you know, because everybody's a prick. So, you know.
All you were trying to highlight was he's not a likable guy.
Exactly. Yeah. So, you know.
Luckily for us, Cesaro, you are a likable guy.
I am extremely likable. I don't understand people, you know, and they, you know, harass me on Twitter and stuff, because as you see here, I'm a very likable guy, and you know, it's if you're as good as I am, it's very hard to stay humble, but I really try my best.
Right, and you should be applauded for that, right?
Exactly. Yeah. No.
And let's be honest, when you're as strong as you are, when you work out as much as you do, at that point you don't have to be nice to people.
And it's just, but I see I still am, and it just breeds jealousy, you know. I dress in nice suits, and I'm extremely good in the ring, and people are jealous.
Are you a little disappointed that Bray Wyatt is out here in an old Hawaiian shirt and you have this nice custom-made suit on?
Am I jealous of Bray Wyatt?
That he can pull off the Hawaiian thing.
Well, first of all, if I wanted to pull off a Hawaiian shirt, I would look much better than Bray Wyatt in a Hawaiian shirt. But you know, an Italian custom suit is always better than a Hawaiian shirt.
Right. You think more people should follow your lead in that respect?
Well, I would think a lot of people wish they could follow.
I guess it takes more than just buying a suit to fill it out.
Exactly. You know, sometimes the clothes don't make the man. Sometimes the man makes the clothes.
Have you talked to 2K Games to make sure that in 2K15 you have some of your fashion on display? Like you have moments where you're wearing suits and.
I see. I haven't seen myself suited up in the game, but you know, I feel like in the game it's all about the wrestling and the in-ring product, and you know, I do that also extremely well. So that's what it's all about.
If there's anything you do as well as wear a suit, it's wrestle.
It's wrestling, exactly.
Right.
Yes.
Right. And like you said to John,
sports entertain. You know?
Sports entertain audiences. But like you said to John Cena, you simply cannot sports entertain in a pair of Reeboks.
Exactly. Yeah. You know, it's just not possible.
Well, listen, everybody get this game. You're going to be able to play as Sheamus. Well, you're going to be able to play as Sheamus.
But you'll be able to beat up Sheamus
as
all day long.
As Cesaro.
Actually, you can beat up anybody when you're Cesaro.
And if I know Cesaro, he will be using the Create a Wrestler to have his very own Scott Steiner in the game.
Yes, probably.
Thank you so much, Cesaro.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. You're welcome.